Hey everybody, we finally did it. We're making the leap to a fully text-based coding, and we have this super awesome user interface called Cloud9 for us to work with. It's great for coding. It's got everything you need right there, and it makes it a lot simpler. Let's see. So here's what you got to do. It's going to look something like this when you first open it up. You probably won't have this CSE Python because you haven't created any workspaces. First thing you're going to want to do is create yourself a workspace. You're going to click on this. You can choose the name, the description. If you're on a team, that should pop up. But if not, you want to make sure to pick your team right there. Hosted workspace is good. I usually just go with public. You want to for sure go with public so that you don't, so that you're able to share and collaborate with your classmates as well. Make sure what you want to do is go with Python. So don't choose any of these other ones. Make sure to do Python. Otherwise, you might run into some problems down the road. Make sure to set a workspace name. It's kind of picky as to what you can use. And the description, make sure everything's filled out and then click Create Workspace. I'm not actually going to click it because it takes a while and because I already have one going. So here's the one I have going right now. This is the welcome screen right here. And I would take a second to kind of get to know this welcome screen a little bit, especially the main themes. You can change the colors. I personally like the dark gray right here. You can get the layouts and stuff. You can play with some of this stuff. Make sure you can check it and turn it back if you change something, just in case. I'm not all that familiar with the program yet, and I've gotten to some places where it's a little bit dicey as to whether I can restore what I want to do here. So definitely you want full IDE. You can also choose the minimal editor, and you can see that this second window goes away, or Sublime mode. You can change the colors, all that kind of stuff. So that's available to you from the welcome screen right here. You also have this settings bar right here where you can change your preferences. Um, there's a lot of stuff in here that you probably don't want to change, but stuff like, let's see, where are the colors? Go support tabs and ID. Oh, right here under user settings, the general, the user interface, let's see, collaboration, tree and navigation. Maybe not this metadata, watches. I'm not sure what all of this is right here. Themes, I think, is how you can change the colors. So that's probably the one you were most interested in. But there's all the settings, so you can explore those a little bit as needed. Okay, so this right over here, is slidable. This is where all your files are stored. There's a file tree, so I kind of don't have it super organized at the moment. 3.1 projects, I got 3.1.2 in there. Then I have 3.1.1, and then I have a bunch that are just sort of unorganized right now. But this is where your file tree is. You can drag and drop files into different folders. You can use that. You can also change this slider to make it bigger or smaller. You can navigate right here, so you can use like a search, or you can, this is probably the most recently used ones right here, and then commands right here. So this is super awesome. They have the list of most of the pardon me, most of the commands that you might want to use with Python, right? So, you know, there's a lot on here: run, suspend, clone tab, all kinds of things that you can use in your programs as well. Okay, now right here, this is your second window. So this kind of allows you to have two screens, one where you're writing your program and then another one where you're running your program right there. So if you print hello class and then you run it, it'll pop up right here. So that it's pretty awesome. It allows you to print it right here, or to type in your program and then view the output right here in a separate window. Right there. This is also slidable so that you can see more or less. And if you want to share your workspace right over here, there's a couple more tabs right here. There's the share button, and you can invite people by typing in their username or their email, I believe. Yes, you can invite them and then they can do it, and then you can collaborate. You can both work on the same document. That's super nice. Then there's also the collaborate tab, which has a chat window, notifications. There's the outline, let's see, for the active view, and the debugger windows. I don't know that we're going to use these all that much, but there they are for you. Let's see. Let's just get rid of that. So that's sort of the outline of Cloud9. The last thing I'll show you, this is going to be a quick video just to kind of demonstrate how to use Cloud9 and how to set it up, is creating new files. Now I have a bunch of stuff here that I probably don't need. So I'm going to just close some of these windows so I can show you what I'm talking about. Um, all right, this is probably fine here. Okay, so now if let's get rid of those preferences. So when you want to add a new program or a new tab, you want to click plus right here, and you have the option of opening a new file or a new terminal. So normally when you write a program, you're going to want to choose a new file right there, and then you can type in some stuff, and you're going to want to save it. Now, when you're working with Python, you want to make sure to test file, you want to make sure to save it as test file. You know what? And let's get rid of that space. Test file.py. Whenever you save something, you have to save it as a .py file. That way, the computer, the editor knows that it's a Python file and it can interpret that the information you're giving it correctly. So make sure to save it as .py. You know what? I don't think I actually want this right here. So I'm going to get rid of it. Don't save it. So there you go. That's what you want to do with your to create and save files. The last thing is if you open up a new terminal right here, we're going to be using this right here. And if you type in Python right here, now this is an actual editor with Python. So in a program, you know, you type in everything and you can have, this is some old stuff I was working on. Let's see, this is a good one right here. You know, you can see, you can type in a bunch of stuff as you go. You can have all these different commands at once. Here in the bash terminal, you can only type in one thing at a time. So for instance, you can, you know, say print uh, hello, and you can do that right there and it will print hello. But if you try to say x equals 10 and then you say print, well, maybe this will work, but I don't think it will, print x, it will, you know, tell you that you have an error right there, invalid syntax. So you can only do one thing at a time in the terminal window, but it's still useful for some things, and we're going to use it in the various activities. So I think that's it. This is just kind of a setup video, show you how to get Cloud9 up and running, familiarize you with the basic features. So anyways, I'm going to call it there, and I'll be back shortly with activity 3.1.2.